School can be a stressful place for any kid.
Research shows when you add the fear of bullying, it's enough to change a child forever. According to the most recent data, 1 in 5 students reported being bullied. The effects can lead to struggles in school, including anxiety and depression.
We was raised that words don't hurt, but they do.
Monique Davis says her son, Jamari Williams, faced relentless bullying. On October 11, 2017, Jamari died by suicide at just 10 years old.
My son was actually kneeling, like in a praying position. I actually thought he was praying. When he fell and hit that floor, that's a sound that I'll never forget. So I remember touching him, begging him to get up, but he wouldn't get up.
Now an activist, Davis speaks at schools across Montgomery, Alabama to share her son's story, teaching no tolerance for bullying.
I want kids to know that it's okay to be different. Being different is what makes you unique in your own way. We give out bracelets that say bullying stops with us.
While teaching no tolerance is one way to help children understand the impact of bullying, a school in Kansas City, Missouri is bringing in some special guests to help.
Reporter Kristen Crowley shows us how the program works and examines pets as one solution.
It's Tuesday morning for this 3rd grade class as the students get ready for a lesson with their teacher. Not her.
Good morning, everyone.
Her. A 10-year-old border collie named Kenna. But what can a dog teach a group of 8 and 9-year-olds? More than you might think.
Being kind and caring.
Kenna is just one of the trained companion animals that visit schools for week-long, 1-hour-a-day sessions called No More Bullying. She's part of Wayside Waifs, but Wayside Waifs isn't a specialist in early education or childhood development. Its specialty is animals, because Wayside Waifs is an animal shelter. Amy Putnam is their education coordinator.
No More Bullying was originally started as No More Bullies about 15 years ago. Do you think they could ever feel sad?
Yeah. It helps them see how we can be kind to anyone.
The students' regular teacher, Michelle Lewis, has welcomed Wayside Waifs into her classroom for the last 9 years.
Do you think it's making a difference, not just in students knowing they shouldn't be a bully, but in recognizing when it's happening to somebody else?
Yeah, I feel like that's been the most important impact at our grade level especially. They start to realize when someone's calling them a name that's not their name, that they can ask them to stop, and we're giving them the words to use.
Would you feel comfortable sticking up for somebody?
Yeah.
We got a chance to speak with some of the students about what they're learning with No More Bullying.
Every year there's a different topic of how to treat like animals and people.
How do they tell you to treat animals and people?
To never like hurt them in a way, like by kicking and punching them. To always treat them with respect. To never let people just bully people. To always let people be the person they are and don't let people tell them that they're someone else. I feel sad that people bully, and I'm feeling happy that Miss Amy is trying to stop it.
Do you think that it's making a difference with kids and making sure that they aren't bullying other kids?
Yeah.
And the biggest difference maker, Amy says, is the obvious one.
We've got a dog, we have that kind of upper hand that they trust us right away to have these really deep, vulnerable conversations.
I think a lot of people who think about dogs visiting classrooms may not really correlate that with bullying.
Our answer to that is that we know that there's a link between how people treat people and how they treat animals. And we know that if someone is being kind and caring to the people in their life, they're probably also being kind and caring to the animals in their life. So the two really are linked.
Even the federal government acknowledges that link. FBI research shows many school shooters and serial killers tortured animals as children. The idea behind No More Bullying is to introduce children at a young age to dogs like Kenna and help them form empathetic bonds.
You asked another heavy question about animal abuse.
Raise your hand if you'd ever seen someone get so angry at an animal that they yelled and they screamed at that animal.
A lot of kids in that class raised their hands saying they'd seen it.
Yeah.
Is that surprising?
I hate to say no, but no, it's not surprising.
That's why the group says it's so important to educate these young kids now, before things like animal abuse become viewed as normal and violence becomes acceptable.
How do you prove to people that a program like this works?
In the 2018-2019 school year, we partnered with researchers at UMKC and we did a program evaluation. And we found that students were gaining empathy, self-respect, and self-management. We did the study again in 2021 to 22 and then 22 to 23, and we found the same results. So it does work.
The program's also expanded from its start in Kansas City, Missouri schools to 40 other cities across the United States. And in July of 2024, it was named the Best Youth Humane Education Program by the Association of Professional Humane Educators.
So I'm gonna go ahead and take her leash off.
As the locations and accolades grow, Wayside Waifs also wants to grow its reach.
We are in the process of piloting a middle school program, and hopefully down the line we'll have a high school version as well.
With the dogs?
Yes, with the dogs. Kenna.
The most important part of a most important issue.
Wayside Waifs offers the program to Kansas City area schools for free, but it sells the curriculum to schools in other states. That money is used to support the animals at its shelter and to help them get adopted.
If you're anxious your child is the target of excessive teasing, you are not alone.
According to a 2023 Pew Research survey, 3 in 4 parents are worried about their child being bullied. We spoke to a social media expert who tells us you can look for the warning signs.
Maybe their room is messy, maybe they're not eating, maybe they're more isolated and staying in their room with the door shut.
Other signs include injuries they can't or won't explain, faking an illness to skip school, or worsening academic performance. You can find anti-bullying resources in your area at stopbullying.gov.